Hello YouTube NASCAR fan 4888JJ here. I'm here today with a NASCAR rant video, and this is my first one, so if you guys are excited for this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and before I get started into this video, since it's my first rant video, please do not, well, first of all, I am not always right. Everyone has their own opinions, and please just don't dislike the video because you don't agree with me. You can put your arguments in the comments below, not like to encourage argument or anything, but I would like to see people's opinions, so that'd be great. So in this first video, I am talking about the tracks in NASCAR. I think everyone can agree that every track, well, they always say that each track is unique in its own way, which, to be fair, it is, but it's not unique enough. Every single, well, 90% of tracks have 4 turns and you turn left, but most people do not find that exciting. I mean, me personally, I love NASCAR, but I don't find it as exciting as like when there's a road course. I'm watching every single practice, qualifying session, actually watching the race itself, but I don't find that like Chicagoland. Who's excited for Chicagoland? Like, I mean, I couldn't care less if they ever race there again. I'd actually be happy because I'm always excited for NASCAR races every week, and then I just see like Chicagoland pop up as the next race. I'm like, oh great, I don't even want to watch this. It's a waste of a weekend. But there are so many tracks that you can go to. You've been seeing pictures go across. There's like this countryside thing. I've never even heard of it before, and it's a great road course. There's like the Milwaukee Mile. There used to be Memphis. I think that used to be a track in NASCAR. Yeah, it used to be. And now all these older short tracks. South Boston. I know that's really small, but like trucks or something there. The Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. That's in trucks. We need more variety to the Cup schedule because there's only 2 road courses, and then you have in trucks where they're going to Eldora and Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. They don't even go to Sonoma or Watkins Glen anymore in trucks. I think they used to go to Watkins Glen, but I'm not completely sure. But back to what I was saying, the Cup Series it's their highest series. You would think there'd be more diversity than any other series in the NASCAR tier. So you're not talking about just 1.5 mile intermediate tracks. You're thinking road courses, short tracks, super speedways, of course, dirt tracks. I mean, NASCAR's kind of label itself as an asphalt sport. So a couple dirt races, one even, would be great. But I don't think the sport overran by dirt courses would be necessary, but more road courses definitely, or one in the Chase at least. There was a poll on NASCAR Race Hub last year about that, and 90 or it was like 88% of people wanted a road course in the Chase. And when 88% of people agree on something, actually, then that's really good because you don't see that much anymore. So when 88% of people come together wanting one thing, that's pretty incredible, and NASCAR should take note of that, but obviously they don't. Like, if you look at the IndyCar schedule, I've got it pulled up right here, my computer. Well, not anymore, but they go to a ton of street circuits. I know that NASCAR street circuit doesn't really fit out, like Long Beach or something. I would love to see a NASCAR race there, or attempted there, but it's a little too narrow. I understand that, but I think it would be amazing, because who wouldn't love to see a street course NASCAR race? Everyone would be watching that. People who haven't watched a race in a few years, well, not that far, but people who don't normally see the Xfinity series, they would tune in to watch the street circuit race. And when I went to Mid-Ohio the first time they ever raced there was over 100,000 people there for an Xfinity race. And I was just looking up. Atlanta Motor Speedway just has over 100,000 seats. So if the crowd sold out, then at a cup race, that usually never happens, a sold out crowd anymore. But let's say if it was, there'd just be as many people at Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the most historic, longest lasting tracks in all of NASCAR, just as many people going to a new track. And I'm more excited for any new track. I don't care what it is over any of the older tracks. Like when Canadian Tire Motorsports Park or Kentucky Speedway came out, I was like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. But when we just go to Chicagoland or New Hampshire, I'm just like, oh well, just another track. So let's take F1 into. I know most NASCAR fans hate F1, but I've actually been watching it, and one of the most entertaining thing is tracks. Like they go to a track like we haven't been here in 6 years, and it's got all this history and stuff to it, but the schedule changes so much every single year. Like in the 2016 schedule, I bet a third of those tracks won't be on next year's schedule. That's how much it changes. The races flop. Like, the 2017 schedule was released for NASCAR already. And we're just, like, 2/3 of the way done with the year. Or 3/4 or whatever. I can't do math real quick. But, and they've already released 2000 schedule. You know what the biggest change in the schedule is? Is Texas is now a day race. That is sad. Like, in schedule change, I was like, schedule's released, sweet, let's see if there's any new track. No. Biggest change. I mean, not even a big flip. I think there's like a chase race that moved out and a new track that came into the chase, but that really doesn't affect me. And like the headline was Texas moving to a day race instead of a night race. That genuinely does not affect me at all. I couldn't care less about that. I'm just so mad about this, but there's a lot of good road course. I mean, like in Mexico, well, especially Canada, Canadians really love their racing more than Americans, personally, I think. But there's road courses up there. There's Montreal and Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. The list goes on. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but NASCAR should go there, and it would increase the popularity of the sport if they went to Canada. Because you see, the fans up there, the crowd's on their feet every single time a car goes by, the leader goes by, their favorite driver goes by, they're up on their feet, waving their flags and squeezing the horns or whatever, their air horns. Like, I went to an IndyCar race in Mid-Ohio, and the crowd from there and the Xfinity crowd was so different, because 50% of the crowd there was Canadians, and you could really tell a difference. And, like, I feel like if NASCAR made a move to Canada, a few tracks up there, increased popularity of sports, it'd be a win-win for everyone. Us Americans that are bored of everything, of all the older tracks NASCAR, we get new tracks, and then Canadians actually get racing, and it's a win-win for everyone. And there's Mexican ovals and stuff down in Mexico that we could go to, cause Daniel Suarez, I was watching some of his highlights, and the ovals there actually look more interesting somehow. I don't know what it is, but there's like trees everywhere all around it. The scenery's a lot nicer. It's not just a track in the middle of asphalt with a parking lot surrounding it. But I think it's more appealing just to like see a track with trees around it, like the old Pocono with the trees on the backstretch. I thought that was just a better track to watch because of that. But then there was a catch fence ad. But you guys can tell me what you guys thought of it. I hope you guys liked the video, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.